A good. Excuse me, ladies and gents. Let's start over again. A good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into another episode of A Different View. I see some of y'all are enjoying the May 4th and May 5th episodes of A Different View. That's good to see y'all. Thank you for your support. I've had friends and family recently reach out to me, thanking me. Thank y'all. Right. Thank y'all, ladies and gentlemen. See, I truly believe, and this is always a chance to keep repeating a thing. I know those topics we get into are tough. I know the road gets messy. There's a little mud in the road. It's been raining, right? Couple of days. We all know about that. You get in that. Especially those of us who like to hike. I like to hike. I like to touch nature, get in and around nature, y'all. Right? To each of us have a different way of doing that. But again, get in and around nature. Get out there. If May is about walking and moving and grooving and, we just all finished dancing some line dance probably yesterday or 2 days ago. I don't know the days. Yeah, two days ago here. As we sit at May 7th this morning. Again, ladies and gentlemen, all kinds of wild things going on in the world. Still got the war over in Russia, unfortunately. The one over in the Middle East, unfortunately. Lord, man, how long I've been growing up with this war. Jesus, 44-year-old man. They still can't get it. I digress. Same kind of garbage goes on here in these states, y'all. Gotta keep gunning each other down and hurting each other, not understanding the other side of the thing. But we're going and the church folks not helping. Hey, I know we got the sympathizers out there. No, KJ, come on. We did this. We did that. I re-referenced. We're going to have a chance to read that whole passage to folks so that they see it. See, again, the stuff they've been telling y'all in the Bible is not that which comes from the heart of God. Man, this is some other stuff. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen, for this thought that shakes the mind of people. But the truth is, wrapped inside the Bible you read is a whole lot of mess. But there's also much truth. Much truth. I'll say it boldly. To the highest pope and to the lowest elder in the church somewhere. It's just let freedom ring. Hey, come on. All right, so let's get into this video. There's two verses that I want to read to kind of coincide with this thing because they bring to light. There's normally verses that we don't read. Excuse me one moment while I grab myself some tea because I get a little excited about this. It's good. It's good. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. There's two verses here that go with this, and we're just going to dive right in because we ain't going to hold you long, but we're going to talk. We're going to talk on the road for a minute here. So again, this is just a conversation, right? Because again, I know about them detractors in the mind. I've grown up long enough. We done seen and heard a thing too long. Okay, we know the pattern of the folks in the mind, unfortunately, and some folks just don't want to receive a thing. So to y'all, and to some of y'all who know me, I humbly apologize. However, this has to be spoken nonetheless. So we in Mark chapter 12. Parables is how Jesus communicates to folks. Stories. Matter of fact, let's just do it, right? We got the computer. Let's just do this real quick. Let's do this real quick. It ain't even. The study of the knowledge of truth, ladies and gentlemen, is right at your fingertips. Let's be clear. Now, some of the stuff they have made hard to get, because they don't want you to get it. But just a little double play on words there. But the knowledge is there. You must go search and seek, you will find. So, parable, the definition coming out of Oxford's dictionary, a simple story used to, we're doing this in real time for y'all to understand where I'm coming from. Okay, because again, this knowledge is right out here. It depends on what y'all want. A simple story used to illustrate a moral or spiritual lesson. Now they say as told by Jesus in the Gospels. Again, parable deals with a simple, but take the told by Jesus part off of it. Lord, people add in stuff to the definitions of things sometimes. Almost, I'm under the impression, ladies and gentlemen, to kind of throw you off the path. But that's just me, okay? A simple story used to illustrate a moral or spiritual lesson. Okay. Cool, we get that. We get that, right? We can dig that. Spin, they use that word spiritual, right? For those who may not understand when we say this word spiritual. Spiritual relating to or affecting the human spirit or soul. So you got to understand, ladies and gentlemen, we talked about this during Halloween. We're going to bring up the Halloween episode last year. Give it a listen if you haven't listened to it. I see it's one of the higher rated ones on the podcast. Again, give it let that knowledge soak in you. To play that thing, hey, play that thing through you. See, again, it's about renewing the mind. The only way to do it is to renew your mind. And how do you do it? You put in the information that would rechange a thing that they told you. That doesn't mean you don't lose that other information, but something else, something new. Anyway, okay, relating to or affecting the human spirit or soul as opposed to material or physical things. Okay. Second one that they give here from Oxford's dictionary here is relating to religion. Again, we all know about this word religion here on this platform. Or religious belief. Again, we already know about that word religion on this platform. So belief, right? Belief. It's relating to what you believe. That's what happens when you start dealing in things of a spiritual nature. Stuff that doesn't deal with the physical body. It deals with the human spirit or soul. Again, what you believe, right? Okay, so let's go back now. Parable. This is where you plug in words and phrases, right? A simple story used to illustrate a moral or, okay, something relating to or affecting the human spirit or soul. Not physical stuff, okay? All right. So, Mark chapter 12. And he began unto them. It's going to be a couple verses here, but we're going to get there, y'all. So just hang in with me, okay? It's like listening to a story. And he began speaking unto them by parables, saying I put saying in there, right? But again, when you read it, I'm reading out the King James Version of this for those who want to follow along. Mark chapter 12, the King James Version, first couple verses here. A certain man planted a vineyard and set, just as I go along here, I don't always do this like one verse thing. I think that's a load of hogwash, y'all, right? Again, the idea is to get some of this from more than just one verse. Read the context of see again, right, folks? Talk the context, talk to me again. Chapter context, right? Okay, so this where you look at it, and it's not. I'm not coming from a place of pride, but y'all, again, know a person before you start talking to them. That's all I'm saying. Again, this information, if you disagree with it, that's all right. We don't have to go down this name calling thing. We don't do that. We don't do that here. That's what I'm saying, y'all. When that stuff start happening like that on Facebook, so all the different social media platforms, y'all don't encourage that mess. Just go on about your business, right? We ain't got to do all that mess. And there's no. We're gonna get into that verse in Titus here because I still got it underlined here in my notes. Guys, the conversations you have, man, this is profit you, right? Getting in all that strife and everything, do that profit you? No, it don't. Anyway, or maybe for some it does, and if it does, I question why are you using strife as profit for you? Because that kind of profit we ain't looking for around here, right? We can do this thing a different way, okay? A certain man planted a vineyard and set a hedge about it, digged a place for the wine fat, built a tower, and let it out to husbandmen, and went into a far country. Pause. Right on the first verse. There's a whole lot of knowledge right there. Number one, owning things. We need to own stuff, ladies and gentlemen. And I think from the greed left, the stuff left from the greediness of this society that's been created, there's a whole lot of stuff that we can own, little things that we can make our money off of. It's time to start looking at that stuff, y'all. No different than that story of Ruth that I referenced a couple of episodes ago, man. There's stuff that's still left in the field we can glean from and use it. You know, when they sent the natives, talking about Mexico on that last episode there, you know, they shipped them. Again, the U.S. Army. For y'all doing that DID, like this ain't the same group of people. It's the same group of folks that they sat there during them protests of 2020, knocking down old men and everything that y'all sitting there using excuses for. You don't understand how... Never mind. I ain't even gonna go there because again, them defenses in the mind is high. Excuse me, y'all. Gotta keep the tea to let the voice keep rolling. We getting there. Them defenses in the mind is rough, man, when it comes to some of these subjects, man. I posted up something online just before we continue in this verse. Comedian Bill Burr is making fun is making fun of folks whenever you speak on Colin Kaepernick, that they don't listen. The listening, you got to question that. Where does that come from, ladies and gentlemen? Why do you pop up in such anger? See, and people are giving answers, but they're not really giving the answer that's going to key into why they do it. You are programmed in your mind to do that as soon as anything about someone's health and wellness other than yours comes up. See, you're operating in a greedy mindset. But when you're not operating in a greedy mindset, you don't do that. You listen. The play's out, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all let the cat out the bag, okay? It's just time to share and do good with each other and go on, man. Leave this mess behind, yeah? Anyway, so you own something. It's important to own something. Now, the second thing here, and you get past the wine fat, because all it's doing is just describing what goes on with the vineyard, the byproducts of things that happen during fermentation process, and just owning a vineyard, right? Dealing with grapes. Okay. You get past all that. He's built a town. I wonder where we could reference some of this stuff from. Let's use Tulsa for an example, because that's one of them that everybody well knows. It's not the only one, by the way. When you talk on that Black Wall Street, when y'all really do some study, you find that it wasn't just there. Sorry, just got to plug in the computer here for a second. Keep that battery power rolling. It wasn't just there, ladies and gentlemen. There's a whole lot of places in this land. See, no different than they talk to you about who's who Indian. Using these words, man. They do this stuff, guys. It's a whole you talk about genocide, man. This thing ain't just Russia, Ukraine. Anyway. Okay, so he's got this thing. It is what it is. He has lent it out to husbandmen. For the sake of time, I don't even really want to get into the word so much, but I want y'all to understand where I'm coming from when I'm talking. So, husbandman, a person who cultivates the land, aka a farmer. Again, it's now they say it's archaic. Let's stop doing that archaic mess. Here's another thing that people do, part of the DID express. I'm not making light of, because it's a very serious mental condition. Okay, it's a very serious thing. Okay. However, I've got to bring it out into the light for people to understand what's going on, y'all. We're doing a thing, and then we're referencing a thing, not realizing how we're hurting each other, right? Okay, cool. And then we pop back on the back end like we just did all this. This is Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, Dr. Jekyll kind of stuff, y'all. This is real, okay? The story is just playing off of a real mental condition. So now on the back end, you do the thing, you pop back. What happened? I didn't, who? What? No, that couldn't have happened. You got, it's a real thing, y'all. Okay? A person who cultivates the land. A farmer. So farmers, right? Let's break it down. Farmers. Let it out to some farmers and went into a far country. So this dude owning, he making that bank. This is to my owners. Lord in heaven, let the knowledge wash through the mind this morning. This is to the owners, this story, y'all. Yo, get ready. Get ready. Buckle in, y'all. And at this season, so it's time that when it's again seed time and harvest, it's time to so the thing was planted. He did the thing. You went on your way. You coming back now for what you're supposed to get back, right? Because that's what happens. You put in your work and then you get back. Anyway, at the seed, y'all need to question where all the get back is coming from. Is it only you? Is it only them? Or could it be a combination of both? Why you ain't getting back in your life? Getting back the kindness, getting back the happiness that you sow, getting back the joy that you sow, getting back all this stuff, y'all. And I know this may sound a little churchy today. I know it's not the Sunday message, yet here we are anyway, okay? Technically, Cinco de Mayo was the Sunday message, but again, you know, most ministers won't talk like that in the church. So here we, and this is not a knock to my brothers and sisters. Let me be clear, my Christian brothers and sisters. This ain't a knock to y'all. We talking about what's wrong here. There's a difference. Okay, you got your family discussions going on. You sitting down talking to your cousin, talking to your niece, talking to your nephew. I'm not saying y'all are little, okay, but we're a family here, right? We got to talk, y'all. This idea of just going praising hallelujah and going on about our day ain't working no more, y'all. And it hadn't worked for a long time. And you got to be bold enough to stand out there, say something about it. Excommunication don't even stop this. How about that? To my Catholic brothers and sisters who assume there's a separation when you are the universal Christian church. Anyway, right? Again, stop the hoax, y'all. Let me continue. Built a tower, let it out to the farmers, and went off about his business, right? So we coming back now. Verse 2, and at the season he sent to the husbandman a servant that he might receive from the farmer's husbandman. I'm going to read it a different way. Y'all just try every time you hear husbandman, farmers in your mind, right? That he might receive from the farmers of the fruit of the vineyard. Well, I'm back from my stuff. And they caught him and beat him, now a servant. So the farmers, see, this goes to the underlings of the owners. So this is a story about the owner, the boss, aka words used back in the day with straw bosses under the owner, and then the co-workers for the bosses. That's what this is. It's a servant, right? Lord, y'all stop being mean to people. Whoo, Jesus, my God in heaven. Check this out now. Sent from the owner. That's what I'm talking about, capitalism and communism and all that. Y'all, we playing a dangerous game of greed here, y'all. You want to reap the fruit thereof, so be it. I don't. And we're going to spread the word just like the watchman on the tower, y'all. This is where it's at. Sent out the servant that he might receive the fruit. They caught him and beat him and sent him away with nothing. What poison hit the mind that these farmers sent by the owner to care after the owner's stuff thought they're so high that you killing other servants that belong to the owner, you beating other people. Let's continue. He sent unto them another servant. See, you've been given chances, man. Why y'all sit here and complain what's going on? You've been given chances? Not a chance, chances. Okay, let's continue. Another servant, they cast stones at him, so you're using weapons now. We just don't get it. That's why I keep saying that. We ain't got it. But when we get it, Lord, that thing gonna look cool, man. They cast stones in him, hit him in the head, wounded him in the head is how it said. It sent him on his way shamefully handed. So it's worse. There's the steps to this. So when y'all talk about this reverse racism thing, please pump the brakes. This is different, y'all. The after effect of a thing is different than the thing. Takes different forms. There's levels to this, y'all. Call out the original mess and do right against the original mess. Don't even worry about the reverse stuff. Deal with the non-reverse stuff, huh? But we ain't doing that. We got to sit there and make up whole new terms to escape from. Yeah. Oh man, that DID is wild, man. Anyway, and he said, this is not to negate the wrong and harmful things people do to each other, y'all, because we people. But don't sit there trying to escape one thing talking about another. This is the problem. Stop doing that. And he sent unto them another servant, and so they cast a stone, sent him away shamefully handed. He sent another. The next one they killed him. And many others were sent, beating some and killing some. This is what's going on in life, y'all. Because y'all don't want to give up what don't belong to you. It don't belong to you. When do we get that through the mind, y'all? The damage we are seeing is happening because we're taking from things that don't belong to us. We're not sharing with each other. This is parent-kid stuff, y'all. And you talking about how far you've come? We have not come that far. Again, I keep referencing, the foldable phone in your hand does not show you how far we've come. The supposed, and again, for some people, they believe it's supposed, some people believe it's true. It is what it is either way. The supposed trip to the moon, I'm just going to say it that way for the intents and purposes of a thought here. That don't mean you've come far. When you come back to planet Earth and you still treat each other like trash. You don't properly pay the astronaut that went to the moon. How about that? We'll go there, y'all. It doesn't matter what it is. And the excuse you use for why you don't pay him. Or excuse is. Because clearly, see, we beating many and killing many. Some. Many others. It's many, right? Yet having one son, his well-beloved, he sent him also last unto them, saying, they will reverence my son. This is powerful stuff, y'all. But those husbandmen said unto themselves, this is the heir. You want to talk about conspiracy? Here's one for you. This is the heir. See, again, we're talking about something that's done in secret. That's what the word conspiracy deals with. You can re-reference my episodes where I talk about it in my Election Day episodes. We will re-reference it, though, at the right time. We're just trying to lay down some stuff here and go on about our day. Said unto them, saying they will reverence my son. This is the heir. Come, let us kill him, and the inheritance shall be ours. There it is right there, ladies and gentlemen. Why was they doing all this, these people? Because in their mind, they stopped forgetting who they were. Again, you left the spiritual base. We got to get back in touch, y'all. Stop worrying about folks with stones and crystals and scents and all this stuff y'all thinking is witchcraft and all this mess. They just getting in touch with their maker. Hey, whoo, no different than the explorers who thought they was Christian and Catholic, coming and finding people on these lands, worshiping God in their own manner. And you sat there and you said it was pagan and you killed them for it. That blood's on your hands, y'all. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I know how folks die. We already know because we've been down this road already, y'all. Come on. This is this episode of Loki last season, y'all. This is that last we've been down the road. We know what it looks like when you're talking. We get it. It's not going to work, y'all. Live and let live. That's the part in the choose life so that thou and thy seed may live. Let it go. Let the hate go. And let people be. They ain't causing whole havoc. You know, this is how people think. Now they gonna go tear down the fabric of reality. No, they not. I know who is, though. These people going around making these pseudo wars, killing in the name of the holy God of heaven and earth. Yeah, those people, though. And you got something to answer for you. Whoo, hey, Lord, I did this in your name. We're going to get into that verse. I did this in your name. I did that. We did this. Yeah, I don't know who you are. That's the response you get. Right? How we say it in the street, right? My sisters, my beautiful black brothers and sisters out here. You don't go here. But you don't even go here, man. I was watching Bianca Belair do that on WWE a couple of years ago. I think she was talking to Charlotte Flair, talking her down like, sis, who you at? Because she was on, I think, SmackDown at the time, trying to shout at her on Raw, whatever it is. And we all know this kind of story in our life. People coming in our lives saying mess, and they ain't even part of the game. You don't go here. What are you even talking about? They took him and killed him and cast him out in the vineyard. Cast him out of the vineyard. This is the question. This is the question Jesus is talking, man. What shall therefore the Lord of the vineyard do? What would you do? Huh? What would you do? Somebody killing? This is payroll y'all wasting. You firing all these people. How dare you? Because you got a problem and you want it yourself, boss. Massa. Think you can money grab. That's what this is for. Because that's what the land deals with too, y'all. It's money. It deals with how much you can get back, because this is the way the system is set up. This is the way they set the system up, and they still haven't reset the system anyway. What does the owner do, y'all? See, again, we ain't thinking. We're not considering a thing. He will come and destroy the husbandman. What would you do if somebody's stealing and taking your stuff, killing off your payroll by killing the servants you send in to trying to get back money to you? What do you do when you getting robbed, y'all? I digress. And not only just destroy. See, this is this mess people get stuck on, and you blame God for a thing again. Stop blaming God for the thing, because it's the people doing it. How are you blaming God for the thing the people doing? I'm just trying to wrap that logic around. How do you blame God for what humans are doing? What, are they supposed to have some chip implanted in their mind? See, talking about May 4th, Because again, that whole Order 66, where everybody is in episode 3 in that movie, you watch it, the Revenge of the Sith. They're sitting there, these stormtroopers or clone troopers at the time, where it switches over and all that. Different story. So they're doing all this, right, and they're shooting they're shooting the Jedi, they shoot anybody related to this thing, because again, encoded in the mind is stuff that says, hey, as soon as this comes up, kill them over there. But y'all don't realize that, because we're not renewing our mind here. I know what it sounds like when I'm saying this, but guys, this is what the play is. It's very simple. Thoughts in the mind control actions. Put enough thoughts in the mind to do or say this. People not watching what they're thinking on, this is what you're doing. That's simple. And will give the vineyard to others. See, this is where it's at, y'all. Right, so for Jewish people who constantly keep thinking that the Goyim, aka Gentiles, don't have a seat at the party, this is why the stories in Acts are there, y'all. It is not an exclusive club, it's an inclusive one. That's the answer God had for y'all not doing the thing correctly. Belongs to everybody, because the earth is the... Never mind. We're going to keep on reading. Have you not read that scripture? This is right. Here it is. The stone the builders rejected is become the head of the corner, right? In WWE terms, y'all, what was that whole thing with the bloodline for my wrestling fans out there? Head of the table. The one they rejected. The builders building the house for the owner. And you rejected the stones necessary to build the house for the own. See, we keep thinking we are God when you are the workers. Never mind. And guess what? We keep looking at what happens in life. Every one of these wars that mess with COVID, all this stuff, y'all, because you are rejecting. Never mind. This was the Lord's doing. Is it not marvelous in your eyes? Yet people look down on God for this. Oh God, how can you help us, save us? It's I don't know. Folks blinded, and that's all right. Because the truth of knowledge and light and love comes to us all at some point, y'all. Right? Ghostbusters is who you're gonna call. I'm gonna flip it and say, when you're picking up the phone, the phone's ringing, y'all. Your answer on the other line. Walk in love with each other. Don't you sit here and suck down this segregated garbage they keep pumping to you. It's time to respect the ones they reject, y'all. Because they are necessary for building the house. The house of life. The house of... Never mind, man. Never mind. And they sought to lay hold on him. This was the reaction of what people do. Yo, this is... Matter of fact, let me just do something real quick here, and then we're gonna... I was gonna get into the video, but again, the video was just talking about these things, so we just laid down what it is. Next time we'll pick up on that video and we'll continue on in the thought. That sounds good, ladies and gents. We will do it that way. Because, again, we all got stuff to do today. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Let's go backwards here for a second. I just want to see something here. Yeah. So a lot of this stuff, right? Because when you look in chapter 11, we're talking about chapter to chapter context now. Anyway, it just gets me how people prejudge a person. You ain't even listened to someone. So you don't have a clue what's going on in the mind of a person. See, I'll stop here for a little bit just to talk on this stuff for a second. Y'all, we are robbing each other from not listening to certain people. You predispose in your mind. See, again, that which is what we call today prejudice, the ability to judge someone before you talk to them, right? Intuition is what prejudgment deals with, because it's before a thing. It's before a judgment. The pre there is the key in on that word. It's before you see something. Sometimes it is necessary to use said intuition that we have all been given, as the word goes, to help us avoid things. However, that is not the case in all things. Sometimes you've got to, as scripture says, taste and see. You got to actually talk to the person. You got to actually say hello. This is a thing. We'll just drop this note as far as we've been talking on relationships this whole time, right? Because this is just still dealing with people, which is a relationship based on the things of affinity or what connects us. That's what relationships deals with, right? We have already spoken on that. Here is the thing, ladies and gentlemen. You can't just be like, oh, that dude black over there, man. I ain't talking to that dude. All they do is rob purses and kill the. Every one of us don't do it. Same way every person of the Middle East don't do a thing. So on and so forth to each culture on this planet. However, y'all need to be careful of what is in the mind of people. But the only way you can know a thing, you just don't hop in the, listen, you got the hot tub, right? This is talking about how Jesus speak in parables, folks. Lord, help me say it. Woo! Yeah. And then we're going to go from here. We're just going to go on from here, y'all. You're in the hot tub. You want to know how hot it is. Do you jump all the way in that thing? Some people do. Do you jump all the way in that thing? Or do you, little finger in? Okay. Ooh, all right, man. That's a little toe in. Okay. This happens with the pool the other way around. You want to see how nice is the water? Can we have the same idea, y'all? You cannot deal with a thing just looking at the hot tub from the distance, looking at the pool from a distance to see how hot it is. Oh, there's a little bit of steam coming off the water. Yeah, maybe it's a little. See, and again, I know what the defense is in the mind here. Drop it, y'all. Think on what's being said here. So then you got to get a little closer. You got to know a person, to know a group of people, to do a thing, you got to get close to them and not to hurt them, but to live in peace and synchrony down here. Most of this stuff, Jesus is talking to the Pharisees, the Sadducees. Some of this was to his disciples, but a lot of this stuff was to the, that's why it says in this verse that they, let's see, where is it? I'm looking at the wrong one. That's the other one in Matthew. This one. Because this whole idea of giving unto Caesar. I'm doing all this to talk at the end of all this. The idea is to give unto Caesar. Who's the Caesar? So let's see. Did I? No. That's because yeah, here it is. Yeah. So they sought to lay hold of him, but feared the people. These people out here, y'all, they fear the other side, y'all. See, because they're operating in a thing where fear can creep in. Although fear comes to us all on different levels. They fear y'all on a certain level. That's why they haven't done everything that they're going to. Never mind. Again, history shows what they do to you. But notice how they just ain't upped and did it to you yet? I wonder why. For they knew he had spoken the parable against them, and they left him and went their way. The people there, Jesus knew what. Never mind. Again, folks think you think you are bigger than your creator. That makes no. Okay, all these things to get down to this. But thou, let's see. Then they will come to him. This is now they send him unto certain of the Pharisees and Herodians. Again, you could say Trumpians, or Bideans, Bushians, Reaganians. Right? Y'all people want to latch your wagon. This is where we're going to get into that video next time. Y'all want to latch your wagon to these folks. You just believe these people. Forget. And we're talking about Christian folk. Forget God, man. Who is that? That Herod, though, man. Yo, that Trump. You see that Trump? Man, he talk with so much power and authority, and he's so smooth. And, them governments, they fear him, man. And y'all transposed a person in the likeness of for the other thing. Never mind. To catch him in his words. This is what y'all waste your time doing. But we've come far as a society. When they would come, they said to him, Master, we know thou art true, and carest for no man, for thou regardest not the person of men, but teachest the way of God in truth. So, is it lawful to give tribute to Caesar or not? Shall we give or shall we not give? This is the sickness y'all doing. We going to end here. it's the God. But Lord, the woman you gave me, You know, you eat of this fruit in that day, you won't die. Folks ain't picked up on the play yet, y'all. But he, knowing their hypocrisy, he, knowing the from Oxford Dictionary, an old French word, again a Middle English word of recent times, way back when, ecclesiastical Latin or Greek, for acting a theatrical part, playing a part, playing pretend. I'm reading what that word means from the Greek right online, y'all. So again, the truth is right in front of you. The practice of claiming to have moral standards or beliefs, to which one's own behavior does not conform. Another word is pretense. Again, break down the word. You're playing the part, but you ain't it, y'all. Yes, y'all ain't it. Those full of hypocrisy, y'all ain't it. You ain't the ones. This is how we talk on the street now, y'all. This is how the young folk, you ain't them. Because you don't have the guts, I get to say it. Y'all don't have the guts to put your life on the line for somebody else. You're too blinded by greed to do it. Again, if you love this life, you'll lose it. You trying to act like you really care, but you don't. You don't. Y'all listen to me. Watch out for those full of hypocrisy. Again, cap is the word kids use today. Get to know your babies. You want to know them, get to know the language they're talking, right? The colonizer, quote unquote, and again, modern day invader, take a page from y'all's Viking brothers and sisters and just say what you are. You're invading. That's all. You ain't colonizing not a damn thing. I don't even know how else to say it. Knowing the hypocrisy. You can know a person. You see it. We're full of these people all day long, y'all. Said unto them, why tempt ye me? Bring me a penny that I might see it. Okay, we're going to break it down. They brought it. He said unto them. See, again, you're in the world, but not of it. You're in this planet, on this planet, but you ain't from it. Anyway, he said unto them, whose is this image and superscription? Who's on the penny? Okay. They said unto him, Caesar. Jesus answered to them, saying the following. Then render to Caesar the things that are Caesar's. But, and people ain't ready for the but yet. Folks like a whole lot of big booty today, but they ain't ready for that but. The word but, I mean, y'all. They ain't ready for it. And to the things that are God's, render to God. I'm just flipping around how it said. So both. And they marveled at him. They marveled at him. People, when y'all hit folks with the truth, they sit back. You look at their face, they marvel. They can't believe you said it. Sometimes their eyes scrunch. Sometimes their mouth actually drop open. All that kind of stuff, y'all. Deal in the truth. Stop dealing in the lies with these folks. That's why they call you too black and too this and you ain't too much of nothing. You're yourself. Be encouraged in that this morning. You are you, and they got to deal with it. And their reaction to dealing with it is pretty poor. That's what I got for y'all, ladies and gentlemen. And with this, we'll get into that video next time, because it's a conversation that has to be had when it comes to how we dealing in this planet. So, thank y'all very much for walking down this road with me. And we will talk to you soon. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, look to find the beauty in a different view.